Hello and welcome to the Tottenham America channel. Today we'll be looking at Tottenham's 3-6 loss to Liverpool in the Premier League as the two teams created the highest scoring Premier League match this season and the first time that Tottenham has conceded 6 goals at home since 1992 against Chelsea. It was a really back and forth match, but I think overall the gist of it is that Liverpool were just too good for us as a depleted Tottenham.
Yeah, Liverpool absolutely dominating, especially us with having, almost 10 first team players out? Almost 10 is put us already at a huge disadvantage.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the huge problems was our midfield. Bissouma and Sarr, particularly in the second half, were just non-existent.
Yeah.
I mean, attacking-wise, they were doing some stuff. Defending-wise, they were non-existent, leaving Dragushin and Gray exposed. Dragushin and Gray, they had some good moments. You know,
they did what they could with what they were given. Like, for the fact that Liverpool attacked 24 times, Gray and Dragushin defended pretty well. I'd say Gray defended better.
Yeah.
Dragushin was okay.
I think Dragushin did do well with aerial duels, though.
Yes, he did very well. Yeah, especially considering we had, Virgil van Dijk on that team and Joe Gomez.
They could only do so much with Sarr and Bissouma leaving them in the dust.
Yeah.
And Porro also. I don't think Porro did not contribute too much to defending.
Well, we can run through the events of the game very quickly. Tottenham started off pretty strong, but quickly fell to Liverpool in the 23rd minute by way of Luis Diaz's header, assisted by Trent Alexander-Arnold. Then 13 minutes later, Alexis Mac Allister gets on the end of a ball that was blocked by Spence on the goal line to head it past to make it 2. James Maddison, after Alexis Mac Allister is dispossessed in the Liverpool half, makes it 2-1 to Tottenham, 2-1 to Liverpool, getting 1 goal back in the 41st minute with a beautiful finish. But then Dominic Szoboszlai gets a third for Liverpool just before halftime. So we go into the half down 3-1. Mohamed Salah makes it 4-1 in the 54th minute, then 5-1 in the 61st minute, and at that point it looks like Tottenham are lost. But in the 72nd and 83rd minute, Kulusevski and Solanke respectively each get a goal. Kulusevski's was unbelievable. I mean, the ball from Solanke, the volley over, beautiful goal. Then Solanke puts away a ball headed over by Brennan Johnson to make it 3-5, and suddenly we think Tottenham are going somewhere. And then Luis Diaz does make it 3-6 in the 85th minute, and that's the end of the game. Shockingly, I don't feel as disappointed as I think I should be with the 6-3 loss.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. Our attack at times was flowing very well.
Yeah.
I think probably our best two players today were Kulusevski and Solanke. Kulusevski, he was
so good.
At our worst times, he was the only one who seemed like he was actually doing something.
Yeah.
And he used his own personality with his dribbles, with his classic stuff, and he worked his by himself with his dribbles, just without anyone helping him, just working his way throughout the Liverpool defense was excellent, especially on that right hand side and then getting the ball in. Solanke's work rate was incredible today.
Yeah, I'd say it was between the 61st minute and the 72nd minute. That's where Kulusevski was literally a one-man team. There was no one else running the amount that Kulusevski was, except for maybe Solanke. And, I mean, Kulusevski was so good today. I mean, I think he was by far the best player on the team. Solanke was good, as you said. Our midfield was pretty shambolic. I mean, there was just no solidity in that midfield. And as a result, our defense was left exposed so much. Now, I know we are missing a lot of players, but I feel like the midfielders did not put as much effort as I thought they would. I feel like I saw Bissouma and Sarr not running back to cover enough times, which we need when our fullbacks are running up to be like right wingers,
Also, that's just how our system is.
Exactly.
We're basically left with 2 at the back if our midfielders, Sarr and Bissouma, don't come back. So if you're going to play that box-to-box role like Sarr and Bissouma, you're going to have to work a lot. You're going to have to track back. I mean, it's a very hard position to play under Ange.
Now, that's the question. Is this on Ange for not adapting because it's Liverpool to bring the fullbacks back, or is it on the midfielders not recovering fast enough? I think it's more of the latter, because we know that we're not compromising, but I think if the midfielders just showed a little bit more to come back and defend, I think this game would be much closer.
And also, I think more squad depth would help in the midfield. I know we have Bentancur is banned.
Yep.
And we know Gray who normally plays there is playing center back.
Yeah.
So we're lacking midfielders at the moment.
But I think we need another strong, stamina-based midfielder.
We never replaced Højbjerg.
Yeah, and that was our big problem. Obviously, we're missing Bentancur a lot. And we have yet to see Archie Gray actually play midfield. He's just been thrust into wing back and center back. Granted, he's been really good at center back in my opinion.
I think he has been. Yeah, he made. Before one of Salah's goals, I think there was one goal that just summed up the game today. Archie Gray did all he could, made 2 goal line clearances just for Salah to tap it in after.
Exactly. And I thought Gray defended excellently today. But he wasn't helped by a lack of midfield. I thought Porro was poor at times. Spence was poor coming back sometimes. But I still think Spence was pretty good. But a lot of it stemmed from the turnovers. We were controlling possessions at times. Kulusevski would make a bad pass, or Madison would lose the ball. The turnover would be immediate, and Liverpool would be all over us. And we wouldn't recover fast enough. And I think that was our problem for most of the game. When we give away the ball, there's no, we're committing to the attack.
Yeah.
So there's no one left to go back. I definitely thought we had hope with as we scored the next 2 to break it 3-5. And actually that's something we want to talk about is Timo Werner. When he came on, he started tearing up the defense. He had Alexander-Arnold on strings, and the way he burst past, I think he played a role in the goal too. Or that might have been Bergvall's ball over to Brennan Johnson. But either way, Timo Werner did really well when he got on, and I thought after we scored that 3rd goal that we might even make it 4. But of course we had to shut off at the back, and Luis Diaz just charged through. But we have to remember that this is Liverpool.
This is also Liverpool.
They might be the most perfect team in the world.
As of now, yeah. I would say they are the most perfect team in the world right now.
And there's not a lot of teams that can play against them. And it would have been a hard match if we had our whole squad, but we're missing 10 players, including Vicario, our starting goalkeeper, 2 of our starting center backs, our starting left back, a starting midfielder. So we're missing quite a few players, and the players that would replace positions that struggled today. So I don't think this is I think this is just an unfortunate timing of a game. And our injuries have not helped. But I'm definitely worried for the semifinal.
For the cup tie, yeah.
2 legs of this is going to be very hard. My only hope is that Bentancur should be back by then, and hopefully one of Romero or Van de Ven is back. And Vicario. Even though I love Forster, his distribution is pretty poor.
And with the feet, he
doesn't match up to Vicario in that sense.
No, Vicario. No one can match up Vicario's distribution and when has the ball at his feet.
Precisely. So that'll be something to hope for when we play Liverpool again in the Carabao Cup, because I think that's an option for us to win. That and the Europa League, I think, should be our 2 big focuses this year, because those are the ones where we really have the biggest chance to make an impact. And our next Europa League game isn't until Hoffenheim on January 23rd. It's an away game, so it's in Germany. It's the 7th round of the Europa League, and they seem to also be going through a injury crisis, but we'll see what happens in January. As for right now, our next game is Nottingham Forest away the day after Christmas, so Boxing Day. It's a 10 a.m. match for those of you in the East Coast. Then it's Wolves at home, Newcastle at home, Liverpool at home, and that's the first leg of the Carabao Cup on January 7th. So it's coming up fast and it's coming up quick, and it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. But that's it for our video on Tottenham's 3-6 loss to Liverpool in the Premier League. If you enjoyed and want to see more Spurs content, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Comment down below your thoughts on the game, and until next time,
come on you Spurs!